Narrated by Jabir. A man entered the mosque while the Prophet peace be upon him was delivering the khutbah. The Prophet peace be upon him said to him, "Have you prayed?" The man replied in the negative. The Prophet peace be upon him said, "Pray 2 rakat." Narrated by Anas. While the Prophet peace be upon him was delivering the khutbah on a Friday, a man stood up and said, "O Allah's apostle! The livestock and the sheep are dying, so pray to Allah for rain." So he, the Prophet, raised both his hands and invoked Allah for it. Narrated by Anas bin Malik. Once in the lifetime of the Prophet the people were afflicted with drought, famine. While the Prophet peace be upon him was delivering the khutbah on a Friday, a Bedouin stood up and said, "O Allah's Messenger peace be upon him! Our possessions are being destroyed and the children are hungry, please invoke Allah for rain." So the Prophet peace be upon him raised his hands. At that time there was not a trace of cloud in the sky. By him in whose hands my soul is, as soon as he lowered his hands, clouds gathered like mountains, and before he got down from the pulpit, I saw the rain falling on the beard of the Prophet. It rained that day, the next day, the 3rd day, the 4th day till the next Friday. The same Bedouin or another man stood up and said, "O Allah's Messenger peace be upon him! The houses have collapsed, our possessions and livestock have been drowned, please invoke Allah to protect us." So the Prophet peace be upon him raised both his hands and said, "O Allah! Round about us and not on us." So, in whatever direction he pointed with his hands, the clouds dispersed and cleared away, and Medina's sky became clear as a hole in between the clouds. The valley of Qanat remained flooded, for 1 month, none came from outside but talked about the abundant rain. Narrated by Abu Huraira. Allah's Messenger peace be upon him said, "When the Imam is delivering the khutbah, and you ask your companion to keep quiet and listen, then no doubt you have done an evil act." Narrated by Abu Huraira. Allah's Messenger peace be upon him talked about Friday and said, "There is an hour, opportune time, on Friday, and if a Muslim gets it while praying and asks something from Allah, then Allah will definitely meet his demand." And he, the Prophet, pointed out the shortness of that time with his hands.